Ambler had the game winner in overtime a couple of nights ago. Missed his first shot there. Grant Ament, more assists than points. Pardon me, more assists than goals, just like he had at Penn State. Gives it up to Manny. Ambler rolls back. Goes down to the ground, bounces it in. Ryan Ambler scored his team's final goal in an overtime win 2 nights ago and picks up his first for the team today.
Goal is good. Flag was for interference. It's wiped out. We're all even.
Yeah, this interference was on 83. Bernhardt off ball. He was kind of all over Holman. Here you see Ambler. Just a good, strong topside dodge there by Ty Warner. You can see the frustration by Warner. There's not a lot of guys that gain any sort of advantage on Warner. And Bernhardt was a little late to help there. He was the kind of an adjacent player, had a free double opportunity, and somehow Ambler just kind of slips through the cracks there. With an awkward high bouncer right inside of the crease, fools Bernhardt.
Here's Todd with Ryan.
Ryan, the big question is, how did you find space between all those white jerseys?
I think my teammates gave me some great space in there. We dodged really hard, got the ball swinging around, and I found myself in a good spot, and luckily it went.
You guys know how dangerous the Whipsnakes are in offense. How important is it for you to stay within a goal and not let them get build and lead?
I gotta go.
He's got to go.
Got to go out and play. Ambler, a lot of familiarity with this team. He played with Tom Schreiber at Princeton. Scott Ratliff with a left-handed in. His third goal.
Coast to coast for Ratliff. You can see he's got number 1, Chanichuk, stuck on defense. The key here is the identification of when there's space. Okay, so freeze it right here, okay? This is where he's looking at. He's got one Archer's defenseman there. There's another one up there getting off the field. So look at all this daylight. And in this situation, Ratliff is basically an offensive midfielder. He is super comfortable going right to the rack. And if you don't treat him that way, Paul, that's going to be the end result. You've got to be prepared with a slide package behind it, especially when he's got an offensive midfielder caught on defense.
You guys were talking in the lobby after the first game, and he had a penalty. You were kind of giving him a hard time about it a little bit. He's like, hey, I play defense. If I don't hit guys sometimes, what else is there for me? Apparently some goals. He's been hot here recently. Ty Warner comes out with it. And that's 4 out of 4 for Joe Nardello. 22 of his last 25, if you're keeping track. Zed Williams with the one and only goal for Whipsnake so far. Skip past to Brad Smith. Shot. Goal. Brad Smith has 4 goals this season, and we are once again tied.
You see the dodge. They're trying to set up a little 2-man game between Hawes and Rambo. And on this rollback, there's just basically every single Archer's defenseman is collapsed into the crease. And somehow, Hawes is able to get that pass through. And this is one where Gittleman's got to come up with that. So that's when we kind of look back at the tape. He's going to kind of a little frustrate himself, near pipe, kind of cheating off a little bit.
We've seen 3 goals in the last minute and 14 seconds, all tied at 2. A little over 2 minutes left. And there's a face-off win for Archers. Good ground ball from Scott Ratliff. Goes well with the goal he just scored. Brad Smith on the sideline with Tom.
A back and forth game, you expect that from these guys, don't you?
All right, thanks, guys. Courier. Well, back and forth we go. All of a sudden, offense is heating up after a slow start.
Yeah, Courier just kind of slips inside a couple of Whips defensemen. You're going to see him just kind of get lost in the substitution game. Good recognition by the Archers offense, most notably Ambler. And that's another kind of situation where the Whips are kind of caught in the substitution game. Archers able to gain an advantage. Remember, Paul, there was earlier this round robin, Schreiber came flying out of the box.
That's
So
right.
you got to credit assistant coach Kavanaugh and his substitution patterns. He's catching some teams off guard.
And that was a push there against Whipsnake. So basically a couple of back-to-back wins in the face-off for Archers.
The substitution box is kind of like special teams in football. Sometimes it's like one of those overlooked parts of the game, but if you are really tight and clean with it, you can generate scoring opportunities for yourself.
McKay stepped in and tried one of those bouncing two-pointers. Ball knocked away. Grant Amen up with it. Bernlor did hustle back and get to his spot. Joey Sankey now, 45 to shoot. Team's so worried about Grant Amen and Holman and Manny at attack. Quick shot from Will Manny. Next time they come down, I want to talk about who you put on Tom Schreiber and how you defend him up top. 20 seconds to get across the midfield stripe, so no huge rush here for the Whips. Just inside of 1 minute left in the first. Here's Matt Rambo, yet to score today. Up top to Lacasio, bobbled it, and back to him.
Alexander's playing without a stick right now. They should go right at that matchup.
Kind of odd to see him like playing defense like it's basketball. 5 to shoot, dump it inside. And we're down to 2 and 1 second left and 0, so back to Archer. So how do you handle defending Tom Schreiber here with so much concern at
They
attack?
started the game clock before the ball was in play. They should add a few more seconds back on. Let's go to this next possession. Let's come back to the next quarter. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. 10 seconds now left in the quarter.
Send it.
We've seen these come close. 1 quarter in the books. Whipsnake scored first thanks to Zed Williams. But at the end, it's Archers up by 1. These are the 2 best teams through group play. Neither team has lost. The winner will have the #1 seed next week.
You gotta dodge off other dodges. Watch a lot. After early transition. Good job.
Hey, give me this. Hey, give me this to start. Give me a lefty twins with Ryan on the ball with Tom. Right backside, that's Marcus and Josh.
Marcus or Grant? We're doing Grant practice.
No, you and Marcus. I want Marcus for the shot on the outside. Hey, get a good hard roast. Right? So you come hard down, get nice and high, then go back and set it. And then if they jump to it, you got a shot. If not, come low to high and you get a skip. That's what I mean.
Near me
go
right
down
in.
right hand and then
Near
you
me
come
right
back
in.
and slip that right away.
I'll stay
Hey,
high
but
just to give you space
yes,
to throw back.
yes, give him room.
But I think they're going to step out. We're going to stay in the first set it. I'll go left
He's
side,
coming
near me,
right,
and then I'll square back up,
Post that.
and then I'll come to you. And just
Hey, just be aware when he throws it back to you, that's two slide coming up past.
Hey, get a quick exchange early. Start high, right, and then you roll. Get paint. Free burn movement. And you guys. Yep. Keep on moving. Let's go.
every
Good
time
job.
we play with energy, good things happen. You got to start to transition from doing it in early training to number 6 on 6. First movement that speed. Again, getting dodge the ball, dodge, get that hard recover. Watch. Right? We're good. Backside now, really short. Stay outside the arch so we can sling it over there. Right, first 3 minutes here. Let's go. Let's go. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together. Let's go.
Yes. Read it down, right? That's why I was yelling at you, because we switched the pistol. And then read, but we just want to make sure.
PLL on NBC is presented in part by the Utah Sports Commission. Still morning here in Harriman, Utah, Zions Bank Stadium. Archers start the second up by 1.
Hey, Joe, 4 of 6 so far in that first quarter. Anything that the Archers are throwing at you didn't expect?
Yeah, I mean, they have great ring play. I think I left one on the table, tossed him too far. I know Scott Ratliff's pretty good, so I gave him a free ground ball, and they capitalized on it. So I got a lot back in.
Left 1 on the table.
Boys, we are ready.
Maybe 2. He's 4 out of 6 entering the second quarter.
Looks great.
To hold.
Scoop that up with his left hand.
Unbelievable quickness there.
And then the strength to get back up and not get knocked down.
Unbelievable athleticism on that.
And he stays in.
For a second, until he saw Ratliff and McNeil waiting for him. So, wait a second, maybe I'll think about this another time.
Behind the back, Chanachuk. Back up top to Williams. 1 goal in the first. John Haas to Brad Smith. Shot. Pulled that one wide left. 18 to shoot. Now 10 to shoot. John Haas. Finally shoots. Had the ball knocked down before it got there. Mark McNeil, strong defense. 1 to shoot. Archers with a strong effort there defensively. Now with a chance to build on their 1-point lead. Penalty flag is down. And head official Matt Halem will fill us in.
32 white, 30-second technical delay.
Jay Carlson will take a seat. One of the many Maryland players, former Maryland players with Jim Stagnita, over half of the roster played for the Terps.
And the Archers power play, this is where their slick stick work is really kind of on display.
Vineyard Vines power play here for the Archers. Courier has 1 goal today, back underneath to Manny. Schreiber to Ament. Ament, skip pass, shot. Still 35 to shoot. That's Ian McKay. A couple of goals this season. Schreiber inside. Kyle Bernlohr, nice job. 4 saves. Denied Marcus Holman that time. Possession stays with Archers.
He'll still have a little time as this penalty gets released.
And now we're back to even. Amen inside, good look, score! Amen to Manny. Archers lead by 2.
So I mentioned there's a little bit of a time as the substitution gets released. So sometimes you think you're matched up. You see Ty Warner coming in. You think you're man-to-man, but you're really not. So Amon's got the ball here. Freeze it right here. Freeze it right here. You're going to see, here's the 1 and 2 Archers on that lone Whipsnakes defense. And that's exactly what Ament sees. So as the Whips go from penalty kill to all even, Ament heads up play, and then even better execution in terms of just slinging one of his signature sidearm passes through that lane.
Manny now has 6 goals, and Amens is the only player in this championship series double digit with assists. That's number 10. for 16. Nardella, another routine win. And as I mentioned, Whipsnake's not really used to being in a close game. They're certainly not used to being down by 2. Matt Rambo jumps, deflects out of bounds. Locascio back to Rambo. Plenty of time here, still 37 to shoot. Lowers the shoulder. Rolls back. Good look inside. Locascio with the finish. Just like Amen, Rambo has more assists than goals, and Locascio benefits that time.
And this is just Matt Rambo using his physicality. You're going to see him lean in, and he's just got his head up. He's surveying the defense, wait and freeze it right there. You're going to see the slide occur, and then again, here's the kind of the read by Rambo. Those two whips versus that one defender. He recognizes he's got a guy wide open on the crease, and during that recovery, easy pitch and catch.
Locascio with 3 goals. Whipsnakes with 3 as they now trail by 1. 9:20 left until halftime. Winner takes the #1 seed. Loser plays on Tuesday with the other 6 teams in the single elimination round. Still fighting. Mark McNeil comes out of it being attacked. And eventually whistle called, timeout, and now McNeil goes down. So Archers come up with that possession. Timeout called. And just inside of 9 minutes, he'll talk it over. So far, Ryan, would you call it, I can see the score, but an Archers type of pace or a Whipsnakes type pace?
Yeah, this is definitely to the Archers' favor. You know, they want to play that kind of slow down 6-on-6. Anytime they do get transition, they want it to be with Ratliff or something generated out of the substitution box based off the patterns that they use.
The first time in the series, Whipsnakes have a trailer.
That's the other thing. So you think about the whips. I don't want to call them front runners, right? I don't want to call them front runners.
First class problem.
But they're, yeah, right. But they're used to playing with the lead.
Right.
It's not like this team and these players haven't been in comeback situations and tight games. But you want to make them a little uncomfortable, right? It's so much easier to play with that lead, play with that confidence. It's a luxury.
Let's bring ahead a competition for the PLL. Seth Tierney one more time. Ryan, take it away.
Seth, what did you see that as it pertains to the rule book? I might have been a little misled here, or misled our audience. I thought it cleared, but apparently that was just a part of it. I thought that little bounce was enough, but it's the whole ball, not part of the ball. I thought that was it, but apparently not enough.
RB, you know, obviously a tough call there, but the whole ball has to clear the line, just like in the NHL, just like in college lacrosse. It's the same thing here at the PLL, and with taking it back, literally frame by frame, the entire ball did not clear the line, and that's why Matty made the call the way he did.
Gotcha. I was per normal trying to be a little more generous to the offensive side of the field. So
no, I understand where you're from, and certainly in a one-goal game, these things could be big. So we'll see how this game plays out.
Seth, thank you.
You got it. Thank you, guys.
Joey Sankey back underneath to Grant Amen. Back to his left side. He's open. Shot it wide. Shot clock down to 34.
Quick and then quicker there, huh? Sankey.
Right.
Sankey. And then you think you've recovered, and then here comes Amen.
And this is Sankey. Guarded by Warner. Finds the corner there and couldn't quite get that one in.
And I thought he had a half step on Warner on that first touch. And there he had a full step. He needs to take one more step upfield.
Schreiber finds himself in there, and
oh wow!
I think that
from across the field,
they waved that off.
Yeah, had official. No, he called a moving pick on Christian Mazzone. It looked a little kind of bang bang, like maybe they were going to call it, but Matty Palin, that left side of your screen, the progressive game flow, it looked like Mazzone kind of reestablished position there. You've got two officials right there. They don't make the call. Head official Matty Palin from across the field does.
Rambo shoots and scores. We're from that same position, bodying up a defender. He had an assist on the last possession. This time shoots and scores.
Hey, Matt, on the previous possession, you kind of posted him up and fed. This time you went to the question mark. I said the last possession, you posted him up to feed. That one, you used the question mark. Feels like you feel like you got a kind of a physical advantage there?
I'm just a little thick, Boyle.
You have to know what your assets are, you know?
Yeah.
It's a great way to put it up, though, RB. Post him up.
Yeah, and, you know, the other kind of subtle thing is Gobrecht's next to him, and he didn't say anything about Gobrecht. He said something about himself, right? So...
Right. He's done this before. Archers come up with that scrum. Here's Marcus Holman up to Ament. Pulls it back out. Very Archers-like to pull it back out and take full advantage of another possession here.
I would have liked to see him do a little bit more kind of probing. He had a switch on the Muller.
Felt like he could have, yeah.
And there was some green there.
Schreiber gives it back. Ooh, big hit to Courier. He's back up. Whipsnakes with the ball.
I'm surprised they didn't call anything on Paparo there.
Rambo, 1 goal, 1 assist. Driving, shooting. What a quick, compact shot. Nice job, Adam Gittleman. Backhand flip. Now here comes Holman.
Rambo got a hit on Gittleman. I think that might have been a little payback from the first hit of the game.
Progressive game flow, what Ryan was just talking about there, bottom left.
Also, every attackman, when they see a goalie on the net, their eyes light up. They just want to get a little piece of him.
Ament looking, now around. He's trying to post up. Joey Sankey with 12 to shoot. He goes down. Up top to Schreiber, 8 to shoot. Flips it inside. They got to hurry. They have 4 on the shot clock. A dive.
Come on.
And a score.
Come on.
Wow. So Grant Ament is off and rolling, doing Grant Ament things. Has 1 assist already. Had to get this shot off quickly and skillfully. Nice job.
Fall our way, right?
Yeah, we never got to that roast, right? Slow everything down.
Just keep it moving.
And same thing we were trying to get in before. Go left high with you, right? Roll back. Cycle us back. Oh, me and Josh. On top, right? When it rolls back, you two guys just keep flashing. Should have space. If you don't have it, then you go over the top, right? Get that look. Throw back and go set at the top, right? You get play movement. Got it?
I'll do the work.
Yeah, man. We're good.
Pressure.
We're good.
Let's go. Let's go. Good pace coming on the field. Good job, Frank. Here we go. All on 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's exactly what we saw in film. We'll just stay on the other side of Rhino and let them work on that side and then roll over the top. They can't do a thing.
I'm sure Grant Ament likes all of his goals here in the PLL, but that one was his 6th, and I'm going to put it at my favorite yet.
It was impressive to say the least. Hey, Grant, how did you sneak that by Burnmore?
I just kind of saw the shot clock winding down and just kind of went for it. Yeah, I don't really know.
Did you know that went near pipe, kind of 5-hole? Were you trying to get that far pipe, trying to reach around, or?
No, I was trying to go 5-hole, just try to get my stick, as upfield as possible. I would like to say that I'd never take that shot regularly, so it was just when the shot clock was winding down.
A deadline makes us all do some crazy things, right?
It's kind of the beauty of the shot clock, right? It forces that action, and sometimes you get plays that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Nardella dove for it. Yeah, I thought he was held before that. Yep. Hold against Archers, so Whipsnake's back with it. One of the great things both these teams have going for them is the balance. We have 9 goals scored and 9 different goal scorers here already this morning or this afternoon if you're with us on the East Coast.
Good switch there by Gobrek. The Whipsnakes were in a substitution pattern, so there's plenty of time there to get back to that original matchup.
Janachuk has 2 2s this season, 2nd in the league. Flag comes out. Power play coming up here for Whips. Shot, goal, Zed Williams. Zed Williams, the first player with more than 1 goal. Let's check in with Matt Panley.
Good goal on the play. Hold, canceled, all even face-off.
With the flag down, here you're going to see Williams kind of a little rocker step up top. Gets McMahon off of his feet. Looks like their feet kind of got tangled up. You see that? And McMahon kind of trips to the ground. And Williams, just a straight overhand, high to low change in planes. We talked about this in some of his previous efforts, but he brings so much to the table in terms of his type of goal scoring, right? You saw the range there, the physicality combined with the range. Earlier, we saw just the crazy slick footwork.
And that's what Jim Stagnita has told us about Zed Williams, and he gives us something we didn't really have last year. Have a lot of good goal scorers, but we don't have this kind of dodging and that kind of shooting, and Brad Smith kind of provides a similar presence. He also has a goal to that.
Yeah. The thing about Williams is he's just such a unique cover.
Ambler, goal. Well, he has been impressive recently, the overtime game winner, and now he joins Zed Williams as a player with 2 goals here today.
And sometimes, Paul, it just takes one to kind of get the confidence going again. We saw this last year. Ambler, towards the end of the year, came on really strong. And this is 2 straight opportunities where he's able to gain an advantage over Ty Warner. There's not a lot of guys in the league that can say that, let alone back-to-back. But you just felt like once Ambler kind of broke the seal on that 1 goal he had, the overtime winner, now the floodgates are open. He's playing with that confidence. You can see he's just got a little more juice in his game.
Difficult decision for Chris Bates in the offseason as to which middies to let go and which to hang on to play alongside Tom Schreiber. And you mentioned the end of the season. I think he really won him over with that decision with his play at the end of the year, as they protected him in the expansion draft.
Brendan Fowler just got away with a hold on Nardella.
Earhart was hanging around up top, thinking maybe about a 2. Rambo, a goal and an assist. Works his way in. Boy, Matt Rambo, 2 goals and an assist. And some words for the Archers afterward.
You can just tell Rambo is way more assertive. So, Paul, in some of those blowouts, right? Sure, I'm fine to sit back. I'm fine to sit back, and everybody can kind of get theirs, and that's good, and that's cool. This is a heavyweight matchup. This is 2 3-0 teams. This is for the #1 seed. And the Archers are sticking with us, right? They've got the lead. Now's when the league MVP goes, I'll step up now, right? We talked about this earlier. It's like,
right.
So,
Check him.
There's Curtis Corley hitting him, right? A couple of Maryland guys get together.
Rambo knows the moment. This is what the best players, the best athletes do, right? They understand the moment.
Look inside, goal. Rambo is putting on a clinic. Brad Smith, his second goal. Matt Rambo leading the way, and his Whipsnakes lead by 1. Two goals, 2 assists, 4 points.
And this is in kind of a slow break, slow transition. You'll see this pass down, and just a Smith just identifies a wide open void right in the middle of the field. So he's able just to cut past Corley. And I think what I want to point out there is, you know, despite Carlson's stellar play, they've got Brad Smith playing attack. So that little switch, again, highlighting Brad Smith's versatility. He's able to play both attack and midfield, and the luxury that the Whips have. Like, hey, we need another ball carrier. We need another big physical presence dodger. We got Smith up there.
Great effort there by Joe Nardella. Pass back to Earhart, up to Rambo. Shot, pulled that one a little bit right. And that was part of their attraction to Brad Smith initially, because he went back and forth between attack and midi at Duke. Little discussion here about the possession, but as for now, it stays with Whipsnakes.
I'm trying to get a read on what was going on in the substitution box there. I don't know if they were just trying to clean up the box, but it was a miss by Rambo. The Whips ran it out, retained possession. Seth, what was the slowdown there for?
Yeah, right. We had offsides orange, and so obviously the Archers would not retain the ball there. It goes back to the Whipsnakes here, and then we just had to just confer that we were going to reset the shot clock.
So the Archers won that run out, and so they would, okay.
No, yep. So we were offsides down this end of the field, and so the Whipsnakes retained.
Brad Smith had that one knocked away. Thank you to Seth. Had a competition for the PLL. That's Seth Tierney. Simon running up and dishes. So now the Archers see if they can play from behind here. They're quite used to playing in tight games, first half, second half. Was their MO last year as well. Inside of 2 minutes now, Whipsnakes up 7-6. Wind up in a shot there. Josh Currier scored earlier.
Another advantage gained out of the substitution box there. So that free open look was a direct result of their substitution patterns yet again.
Marcus Holman pushed down further away, gives it up. Tom Schreiber. Schreiber's got 11 to shoot. Rolls back to his right. Now 6. Looks inside, bounced off his own player. 2 to shoot. Coming through there. Now 1:12 left until halftime. See if they can add to their cushion. Williams, Smith, and Rambo all have 2 goals so far. Mark McNeil, number 21 for Archers, has a cut on his thumb and is being treated on the sideline right now. 30 seconds to shoot. Lacasio fires. Gittleman, no problem with that one. Matt McMahon with the flip. And here comes Eli Gobrecht. Shot clock does not matter now. 28 seconds left until the halftime break. Good skip to Sankey. Another pass and a shot. Bernlohr save.
They've got an illegal procedure on the Archers. Too many men on the field. Good identification there.
So now 17 seconds here for the Whipsnakes to build on that 1-point lead. Max Tuttle to John Hawes, 2-pointer, too high. And pulled to the left, now 10 seconds left. Rambo, 2 goals, 2 assists. And the clock winding down, dumps it inside. Shot set, Williams. Rambo to Williams, and now the Whipsnakes lead by 2.
And what a critical mistake at the other end. The Archers with the too many men, that breathes new life, and one last possession here by Rambo, and he continues his dominant performance. Frees it right here. You're going to see Zed Williams is up here. Okay, so McMahon is kind of caught in kind of, do I need to help, or do I need to cover my man? I mean, he's right there. And Williams does a brilliant job of using McMahon as a screen. This is where you want to kind of close out on a shooter. You got to close out on a shooter's stick, not on his body. Really crafty play there by Williams.
Williams has 3 goals. Rambo has 3 assists. Whipsnakes up by 2. Well, what a final sequence there for the Whipsnakes. They trailed for a portion there in that first half, but Rambo, 5 total points. Terrific second quarter for him, perhaps the best yet for the reigning MVP. Jim Stagnita on the sideline with Todd Harris.
Coach, in the battle for the bye, how do you like the first half so far?
Wow, it's a great game. I mean, honestly, sometimes it's hard not to just stop and watch. You know, 2 really good teams, 2 talented teams, and you know, it's a matter of inches right now. It's ground balls, 50-50 ground balls, possessions. You know, for us, we can't give them second chances. We did that a couple times, and they took advantage of them. You know, they're too good. So those ground balls are important. We're starting to find some matchups that, you know, that are working for us, and the ball's really starting to move, and that's given us a little bit of a run here. But it's a fun game to watch, man.
24 minutes to go. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Ryan and I both looked at each other when he said, great game, fun game to watch. Nodded our heads. Sure is. He mentioned the ground balls, and his team is winning that area 14-10. Matt Rambo, a lot of physical contact and all kinds of scoring. The defending champs are up 2.
halftime back here in Harriman. Whipsnakes on top, 8-6 over Archers in the final game of round-robin play as Matt Rambo picks up one of his 2 goals. Well, if you were with us yesterday, you saw Paul Burmeister and Ryan Bull have an opportunity to interview athlete, actor, entertainer, Method Man, formerly of the Wu-Tang Clan. And he promised us a new release, special music, specifically for the PLL. So without any further delay, take it away, Meth.
What's up, guys? This is Method Man, and I am honored to be able to debut my song I did just for the PLL, Premier Lacrosse League. Hope you guys enjoy it. This song was inspired by the years that I played lacrosse, and my son also helped me with the hook. He's a sports guy. All right, guys, enjoy it. It's called Boom. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
stepping on my feet when I'm shooting for my goal. Ain't no stepping in the crease. I'm guessing nobody told you I'm a legend in these streets. Won't stand for no disrespect and body check them on me. My midi take their face off my city, never sleeps. Cross sticks on my uni, looking pretty with my cleats. Clash at the Titans, y'all just fighting to compete. With that hand that rocks the cradle like Paul Rabel or Beast. I'm a gladiator, no denying I'm elite. Don't mean to step on your toes, but I ain't trying to defeat. If it's a cold world, I'ma keep applying the heat. With the sickle of 42, fortifying my fleet. I carry a big stick, I'm picking my shot. You think I'm tacky? I'm thinking shit, I stick 'em or not. Call a tech, the ref tripping. It's fitting to be hot. I'm a menace, too many minutes in the penalty box. We have to feel like, okay, like, all night like, and we fight like, offense like, defense like, whole squad like, we hitting y'all like, what it sound 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 like.
something the league takes a look at. Get on it.
And our thanks to Method Man. We put this out on social media. We've had 13 incredible games so far. What has been your favorite play or moment? And there has been many to choose from. I think for mine, you've got to go to the double behind the back pass, but there you see the responses flowing in on social media. Let us know what you think. Some great games and some great moments to choose from. Even today's game matchup between the Archers and Whipsnakes. The other question, which Zed Williams nickname is better? Zeddy Ballgame or Zedzilla? Right now, it is Zedzilla leading the way with 67%. No matter what you call him, Zed Williams already with a hat trick, 3 goals in the first half. Second half still to come. It is Whipsnakes, the defending champions, on top 8-6 over the Archers in the battle for the bye.
quarter about to begin here at Zions Bank Stadium in Harriman, Utah. Winner of this game, #1 seed in next week's single elimination tournament. Whipsnakes lead by 2. Big names showing up for both teams here, Ryan.
Yeah, great amen. Impressive, to say the least, in the first half. Some signature plays, that kind of sidearm skip, a little bit of a look away. And then the athleticism from behind the cage, late in the shot clock. The diving reach around. But maybe Matt Rambo's helmet speaker was on when we were saying Ament was not only the best rookie, but maybe the best player. He's like, excuse me? You know, I know we had Method Man on yesterday, but this is the Matt Rambo, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the league MVP for a reason here, and this is our first close one. And so I'm just going to take over.
Yeah.
And he had 5 points in the second quarter and a few words to go along with it.
So Rambo, 5 points already. Quick release, great awareness, great shot. On display there. In goal now for Archers. Per the plan, there is a change. Adam Gittleman goes out. He's actually the higher-rated goalie of the two, but Drew Adams right there, number 14. He'll come in, and the second half is his. Doing well against the Whipsnakes is something he has in his past.
Yeah, you go back to last year, and look, Paul, when we were prepping for this game, it was really the first time that we thought a game from last year had a lot of implications, and that's because of the retention from both teams. And you look at the game that Adams had last year, just absolutely stood on his head, holding the Whips to 1 goal the whole second half.
Late season game, too. You saw week 10, we were into August already, so hey, it's nice that it happened at the end of May, but that was fairly recent in terms of last year in the PLL season. So he comes in, and with Gittleman, I mean, Gittleman's numbers a tick better, maybe a couple of ticks better through the first 3 games. Are you surprised they're still sharing?
Yes and no. I mean, if you look at last year, Adams' numbers were significantly better.
Right.
You know, if he had played the whole game, he would have been the #1 rated goalie in the league. So, you know, I think it might have been a matter of just kind of more situational than anything else. And look, this is kind of their makeup. Both guys are really good locker room guys. Gittleman does a lot of stuff off the field in terms of scouts and things like that. It's not just in the cage.
Chris Basin said that this is part of our personality, the fact that we go back and forth. Told us that before the season. Brad Smith, strong first half for the former Duke product, 2nd-round pick last year. Nobody was stronger than Matt Rambo, though, the 5 points in that second quarter. Thinking about it, up top, and that went off of John Hawes. Now to Will Manning, see if he pushes the tempo here or pulls it back out. Tom Schreiber running in, he scores this way and does it again. Schreiber with a well-timed release from the box. Perfect pass from Manny. And now it's a 1-point game.
Before this play even gets started, I just want to point out all this action up here. So this looks kind of fairly meaningless, fairly innocuous. But off of the substitution game, right now it's 5-on-5. You're going to see Tom Schreiber flying in, freeze it right there. So Tom Schreiber has this huge lane. This is Michael Earhart trying to play catch-up. And that's a battle that Schreiber's going to win every single time. So beautiful job by Ratliff staying on, creating this 5-on-5. They send Schreiber flying out of the box. And you're basically looking at an off-ball 1-on-1, a race, if you will, between Earhart and Schreiber.
Nardella now 12 out of 17. Schreiber, the 6th different Archer to score a goal now. Ryan Ambler is the one with multiple goals. He has 2. Mike Janchuk yet to score here for Whips. Coming into this one, 2 two-pointers. Janchuk works it back underneath. Zed Williams, 3 goals already. Guarded by Matt McMahon. Flip that one a little bit wide. 12 seconds to shoot. Shot from Brad Smith. Impressive. He has 3.
He's got 3. And with this move to attack, you've basically got 3 guys down there that are all big, physical, tough matchups. Brad Smith runs a legit 6'3", 210. On a short stick, he's just kind of playing post-up basketball there.
A couple of draft picks of different varieties working out for Matt Rambo and Jim Stagnita, the one who made the picks. Zed Williams' first pick, or their first-round selection in the entry draft this offseason. Brad Smith was his second-round selection of the college draft last year. Your second overall player on the board, Ryan. Had the injured foot and didn't play at all last year. So basically, PLL rookie. Today's pregame lines are powered by DraftKings, and once again, we were a bit surprised to see that the Whipsnakes were the second largest favorites we've seen on this 9th game day we've had. Tom Schreiber scored on the last possession behind the back. Archer's now down 2. Schreiber scored the game-tying goal in the final minute 2 nights ago, and then Ambler eventually won it in overtime. Dumps it inside. Ambler back to Manny. Manny with the skip pass. This is Grant Amen. Amen guarded by Bernhardt. 6 to shoot. Nice job by Bernhardt. Flips it back. 1 to shoot. Bernlor, terrific awareness and an excellent reaction as well. Christian Mazzone thought he had one.
Yeah, he rushed it a little bit, or he rushed it because he had to. If Mazzone had a little bit more time, he would have had the patience to throw one fake and then kind of bury it. Good pressure there by Ambler on Dunn to cause a turnover on that clear.
Turnover by the Whips. Let's take a listen to number 14 on that Whipsnakes defense, Tim Muller. Sankey, roll back to the left, drills it. Archer's back to within 1.
Credit Joey Sankey for getting back to his left. Camizio's got to know the scout here, especially at this range. You're going to see Sankey dodging to his right. And then right here, that plant rollback, that creates enough separation for him to get his hands free.
It's a great example of the depth of scoring here for the Archers when you have North Carolina's all-time leading scorer. Just a role player, but he's come on nicely. That's goals in 3 consecutive games for Joey Sankey.
Looks like they got a violation on Kelly. He went early. And that was when McCallion was out there, so that was one that the Archers would have loved to kind of have back.
Joey Sankey on the sideline, shot and miss with Todd Harris.
Joey, walk us through that last goal. How did you get the separation? What were you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to attack shorties. Got to middle field. There's a lot of traffic in front of Bernmore, so I just tried to let it go.
This is one of the best defensive units you guys have faced. How do you crack it here over the next quarter and a half?
I mean, like I said, attack shorties, draw on the slide, move the ball, and dodge again. Keep it simple.
Thank you, Joey.
All right.
Whipsnakes led by 2 at halftime. Now the lead is just 1. Winner of this game, number 1 seed next week. And the 2 extra days of rest that come along with that. Schreiber up top to Grant Amen. 15 to shoot. They want to attack shorties. It's a shorty matchup for Ryan Ambler. Pulled that one, also lost his helmet. Actually, Tim Muller switched up to him. 6 seconds to shoot. Will Manny rolls back. Cal Bernlor denies it.
Left side of your screen in the progressive game flow. That looked like a clean hit. So despite Ambler's helmet coming off, you could see Tim Muller Just kind of lower shoulder, hit Ambler in his upper body. Clean play.
Locascio had a goal earlier. Rambo, 5 points in the second quarter. Defended by Dominique Alexander. Shut down to the ground, right back up. Eventually lost control of the ball. Dominique Alexander, Mark McNeil had the ball. McNeil lost the ball and his stick. And they push it up to Will Manning. Archers with a chance to tie. It's been back and forth from the start. No team is led by more than 2.
Sankey just got Camizio on the last possession. Looks like he wants to try to go right at him again.
$15 to shoot. Denied, pushes it back out. McKay, 6 to shoot. Inside, Mazzone, goal! Joey Sankey just told us they want to move the ball, they want to be crisp, they want the shorty matchup. How about a wide open Christian Mazzone? All tied at 9 in the battle for the top seed.
High defense. Take a breath in the sip, too. Hey, make sure we're hydrated all throughout. He's hurt.
He's hurt and he's exhausted. Go at it.
Hey, so, hey, what's been successful? Dodging hard, right, and moving the ball. It's not complicated. Here's what I want right here. Let's go Kobe up top, right, to try and just get a possession here. Hey, listen, doesn't need to happen right away, but give it space, right? And if they're going to slide up off one of the bases, just be ready, right, Josh, if that's you, right? Just be ready with your head up, right, to make the next pass. Support it. If not, then we'll go to Biggie with pull up. We got it?
Yeah. Hey, so listen, so in this, you're mumbling for me. Ambler's mumbling for Will. Guys that set the screens, you got to be ready to back the cage up.
Hey, if you're setting that pick, I would say move a little closer to goal line and make a decision to go over or under. Because right now he's able to get under and just hop the goal. Exactly.
Hey, keep our pace going. The recovery defense is not great right now. We need to attack it. So front side strong. Let's go. Get to the back side, then get to the middle.
Don't be robotic in this play. Play fast.
Let's go. Swing our way. Keep it that way.
Ready around once before Tom gets the ball.
All right. Let's go. Go on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Let's go. Pace.
Keep going, Zeddy.
If everybody was like Zeddy, I wouldn't have to yell at anybody.
Not me.
Oh, you're right. See, somebody sleep up with this shit. Although they all complained to me about it. I was like, hey, we're good.
They're just mad because I talk smack to them.
Right.
When we talk about the Archers, we talk about their crisp off-ball movement. So you freeze it right here. This is where Joey Sankey's gained some leverage. The guy that's going to finally end up with it is right there, Christian Mazzone. Okay, so on this double team, watch this beautiful ball movement. We're going to step up here. Amen thinks he's got something, freeze it right here. So we swing it across, and now this is a little hitch and then top step. And look at Mazzone right here. He's going to sneak down this backside pipe. So a heads-up play by McKay. Instead of taking a decent shot, they worked to even a better one. And those pump fakes that Mazzone just threw, that was what I was referencing earlier, when he kind of caught it and knew he had to get away real quickly.
There you go. Yeah.
When he's got time, he's so patient inside, getting that goalie off his line. There, I think he threw like 3 pump fakes. But he brings a total new energy and dynamic, a welcome-needed dynamic to this Archers offense.
If he was listening, he might say, but Ryan, I only had 1 second left on the clock before.
Totally. It's totally fair.
Nardella in another face-off win, but got close to another point. which he had 3 of in their last win. So we are on our 6th different tie of this game. Archers have outscored Whipsnakes 3-1 here in this third quarter. Earhart to Chanichuk, good look inside. The Hoss pulled that one left. Back to Hoss, goal! They turned his initial miss into another scoring opportunity in a hurry there. Good ball movement.
Yeah, we're going to start with this miss. He just kind of yanks it. And on this recovery, give him a ton of credit staying with it. And then a quick catch and quick stick behind Adams. So already they've gotten 2 past Adams, 1 more than the entire second half last time they saw this guy engage.
John Hoss, offensive coordinator at Penn State. By the way, the #1 offense in the country the last couple of seasons. Nice when you have Grant Ament and Mac O'Keefe. All kinds of talent there in Happy Valley. We have a 1-point game once again. Whips back on top as we approach the 5-minute mark in the third. Zed Williams has had a day already. Backs in, now pulls it out. Nardella's won 14 out of 20 today. At faceoff, Hoss to his right. Just scored, back to his left, gives it up to Brad Smith. Smith has 3 goals already today. Shot clock down to 20. Matt Rambo, quiet third quarter after a giant second quarter when he had 5 points. 10 to shoot. Up top to Hoss. 5 to shoot. Zeddy Williams already has 3. Would have counted. Nice save, Drew Adams.
Not a bad attempt, kind of late in the shot clock. You're able to substitute all your defensive personnel. That's one of the things that the Whips did really better than anybody else last year.
Progressive game flow there, bottom left, athletic move there. Almost went Ryan Ambler, the only Archer with more than 1 goal. As they have 8 goal scorers, he has 2. Tom Schreiber, 1 goal today. It came in the third. Has a couple steps to the left. Great look to Manny's shot. Bernlohr got just enough of that. Sailed high, 23 on the shot clock.
Bernlohr didn't get a piece of that? It certainly looked like he punched his left hand, his top left hand across.
I thought the same thing.
And punched that away.
No reset though. Now 15 to shoot. Ten to shoot. Schreiber was looking for Manny. Ball knocked away. 5 seconds, now 4 seconds to shoot. Grant Ament to Schreiber. 1 to shoot. Didn't get it off in time.
So 2 good defensive stands back-to-back by each team. Haven't heard much from Chanichuk yet today, huh?
No. And a pair of 2s coming in. Second in points for Middies last year, only to Tom Schreiber. Chanichuk wears #1. He did get hot in the second half of the last win. Lacasio to his left. Pulled that one. 12 seconds left to shoot. No reset. Apparently Drew Adams didn't touch that. Rambo. Shot clock down to 8. Backing in, shooting. Wide left. 4 seconds left to shoot now. Zed Williams will pick it up.
And they'll trot off their midfielders to get defensive personnel on the field.
Williams knocked down. Ball came away. And the Archers, see if Earhart can scoop that up. Great hustle there.
Over and back. But he picked it up on the offensive side of the field. Ran across the midfield line. And referee Matty Palin was all over that. And this is where the Archers, you've got to take care of the ball. With Nardella so dominant at the faceoff, you just can't give the Whips any more possessions.
penalty marker is out. So basically a free end of this possession here for Zed Williams and Whipsnakes. Behind the back flip. Up top, tunnel, shot. Right back to him is Jeremy Sieverts. Again with a shot. Adams with a save. Shot clock at 8, but head official Matt Malin will check in with us here.
Fouls on Orange, 25. 1 minute slash.
Gobricks had the Rambo matchup all day. And there you see just an easy call for the officials. Check right on the head of the, in the helmet, excuse me, right on the head of Rambo.
Vineyard Vines power play coming the way Whipsnakes here. Matt Rambo, 2 goals. 2 of his teammates have 3. That's Smith and Williams.
This is where you got to keep mindful of Carlson inside, number 32, and Chanichuk 1 on the perimeter.
Carlson, 32, with it now, has been quiet today offensively. Great look inside. And there he is. Good call out of Jake Carlson. Takes the feed and snuck it past Adams. Whipsnakes lead back to 2.
Jake Carlson doing Jake Carlson things. Just
hanging around.
Inside crease finish. And here you'll see it's set up as this ball swings around. When it goes from Chanichuk to Rambo, I'll kind of walk you through the look here. But basically, you're looking at a crisscross. So you're seeing a cut here and then a cut there. So you're trying to split the defense at the crease. So that first cut kind of draws the defender's attention, and then you see Carlson fill that little void. So that little crisscross motion is exactly what freed up Jake Carlson on that power play.
Nardella, see if he can scoop that one up. Going for it with one hand. And it was picked up by one hand with McNeil. Dropped it. Scoop. Rambo after him. That one to Matt McMahon. It's only 10 seconds left now in the 3rd quarter. Got to hustle. This is Will Manny. Ball knocked down. Dunn fires it ahead.
Whoa!
We've had a number of those.
But Williams was uncovered.
Standing there.
Yeah. With time on the clock.
0.4 seconds now. Wow. Almost.
Was that Muller who picked that up? I'm drawing a blank.
Picked it up and flipped it down there. Yes, he did.
No, right there, Dunn. If Dunn takes a half second on that turn, he's going to say, wait a second. Oh, sorry, Schmidt. Was it Schmidt or Dunn? He had Williams wide open.
Missed opportunity there at the end, but the Whipsnakes, just like they led at halftime, lead by 2. Heading to the 4th, the winner gets the top seed.
East west. Hey, so Burns on the right hand side to start. Get dummy on the right hand side and then go to the back side, right? Just one touch on the inside.
Right here, gotta be ours. 12 play. All right, 12 play. You keep going. Here we go. Hey, come here. Energy, fellas, let's go. Hey, remember we talked about the second half consistency. All right, every second. Past that. All right. Here we go. Minutes. Let's go. 4 to time. Here we go. Whips on 3. 1, 2, 3. Whips.
Hey, Mike.
General. The other way, Matt. You're only doing that with like 10 seconds left. The minute you get all the way, we can do it anytime. Because I think they struggle. When
you're coming, they're looking to slide. They would be so skeptical.
Yeah. You're just like, keep your eyes on the side. Go low, like low and see, cut behind his back. Got it.
Nothing there. They have Josh will follow up like we did practice.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter about to begin with Matt Rambo's Whipsnakes leading by 2 over Archers. You see those two teams at the top. They're the only ones with zeros on the right. They're both unbeaten. And the winner gets the #1 seed in the single elimination tournament that begins on Tuesday. And here's how that'll work on Tuesday. We have 3 games, so get your rest and hydrate on Monday evening there, Ryan, because 3 games coming up Tuesday. Winner go home. Those first 2 games are exclusively on Gold. The third one you can watch here on NBCSN. And remember, on Gold, no commercials. They go to break, you go inside the huddle with the players and the coaches. Great way to get to know the teams a little bit better.
And I think that last face-off is really a microcosm of the Whipsnakes. That's a 50-50 ground ball. That's a 3-on-3 that just always ends up coming up, either Nardella or one of his wings.
This fourth quarter will be brought to you ad-free by Sun Chlorella.
So we talk about clamps, we talk about counters. Sometimes it's just who wants it more, who's scrappier on those ground balls, and time again, that's Nardella, Earhart, Warner.
Janachuk almost took his first 2 of the afternoon. Guarded by Alexander, back underneath. Zed Williams, 3 goals already, pivoting behind the back. And went right to Brad Smith, who also has 3 goals. Up top to Rambo. Good look inside. Goal. Those 2 again. Rambo with the feed. Williams with the goal. And the Whipsnakes with their largest lead yet.
And Rambo and Williams, big day continues. Here you're going to see Brad Smith dodge upfield. Right, freeze it right here. You're going to see this little hedge, and we're going to swing it up to Rambo, and he's going to identify that skip lane. So Corley thinks he's helping out, and on this recovery, you now turn Rambo into a feeder, and Gobrecht is just far enough off of Williams. And there's the chemistry that has quickly developed between these 2 players. I mean, what is that? Is that Rambo's 6th assist?
Number 6.
6. He's 2 and 6.
Led the PLL assist last year and put an asterisk next to this one because this was, so far, it's the most important game his team has played. He showed up with his best performance.
Yeah, that's the thing to put in perspective here, Paul. This is for the #1 seed.
Right.
This isn't the first game of round robin. This is when it matters most. I'm just going to have 8 points. Right? I mean,
remember our discussion after 2 games? I'm like, they're doing all this, and Rambo shot the ball 4 times.
What did I tell you?
You're like, just be patient, just wait. Pacing himself. I'm pacing myself. Wayne Williams score again. Oh, dumped it over the top. Had a good look there. Zed Williams, 4 goals. Leads the PLL in that category through group play. So Archers came from behind to win 2 nights ago in overtime. And that was against Chrome, the team that's sitting there at 3-1. They care a lot about their result here because their seeding will be affected. If Archers lose, they drop down to 3, they being Archers. And Chrome becomes that 2nd seed. Schreiber and Ament, quiet days so far by their standards. Schreiber with 1 goal, and Grant Ament with it now, 1 goal, 1 assist. The shot, blocked Bernd Lord.
What a ground ball by Earhart.
How often do we see that? Just he comes in, gets it, and hangs on and starts the possession.
Good hustle there by Schreiber, eliminating potential transition threat. They've got Holman caught, though. So this is where the two-way midfield potential of Locascio comes into play. Started on defense, he goes into offense, they trap Holman, and now they're going to go right at him.
Good call out there, partner. Locascio kicks it back up top. Inside, Rambo. 1 more pass, 1 more shot. Locascio. Matt Rambo hooking up all of his teammates. That's assist number 7.
So I want to kind of take a step back here. You know, when we talk about other teams, other games, and it's 1 guy dodging and 5 guys kind of standing around. Same thing with the Archers. The ball movement, it just seems to get stuck in some guy's stick, right? Watch this pass. 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 After that initial dodgeball, it's bang, 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 bang. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, all the other games, we kind of, there's 1 pass, the guy cradles a little bit, next throws the next guy, cradle. It gets stuck.
Yeah.
It gets stuck.
We just heard Joey Sankey saying on the Archers, we need crisp passing. It's the crisp passing from the white jerseys that we've seen so far. We've seen most of in this game. 4-point lead, easily the most for Whipsnakes. 13-9, they're up. That's the margin by which they beat the Redwoods 8 days ago in the game that kick-started this group play portion of the PLL Championship Series. Both teams undefeated coming in. And the Whipsnakes smelling that first seed in the tournament that begins next week, but still a long way to go, just over 8 minutes. Sievert's underneath. Zed Williams spinning, Matt McMahon guarding. Up top to Hawes. Hawes to his left, he's open, he shoots. And a save, Zed Williams again. Ball knocked out, flag came out just before that ball was saved. Sequence there for Drew Adams. Eventually we will hear from head official Matt Palin.
I lost the number.
At least he's honest.
Yep.
He's like, let me take a look here and pick this one out. Adams with 1 save.
This second save, we cut right before. Second save on Williams was awesome.
Are they looking at McMahon with the big hit on Hawes?
Yeah, they're trying to identify who it was.
Fouls on Orange, 77, 1 minute, unnecessary.
So that was the hit on Matt McMahon, and he knew it. He was already sitting down. Advantage Whipsnakes right now, already with their largest lead of 4. And now on a 1-minute power play, 7:51 left in the final game of group play. Keep an eye on Matt Rambo, 9 points already. For number 9, he has 7 assists. He's at X and now has the ball. Brad Smith up top to Hawes. Shot, goal! Were we just asking for Mike Janicek?
Well, you know, the previous power play, I said, watch out for 32 and watch out for 1. This is the beauty of plays where you have not only a primary look, but a secondary look. They're going to run that same crisscross action, right? You see it right there. They actually had Carlson again. So you hit Carlson on the first time, okay? Suppose the defense takes that away, which I actually don't think they did there. And then this is your secondary look, which is Janicek. So this is where you match your X's and O's to your personnel. And then from an execution standpoint, if they take away the primary option, what do we go to next? Right. And that's just really well done from an X's and O's standpoint, and even better from an execution standpoint.
We've seen a lot of examples of the balanced scoring and the depth that Jim Stagnita has. Nardella wins again. How about perhaps the best, or one of the best shooters in the PLL, just with his first shot in the fourth quarter? Didn't even have to take one.
Yeah, and we brought up earlier kind of where he is, but he's a very patient offensive player. You know, you hear kind of all the time, let the game come to you. I feel like he does a really good job of kind of balancing when he needs to force the issue, when do I have matchups, and he impacts the game just because of his ability to stretch the field. The same way a really talented three-point shooter, you always need to know where he is. Same thing with Janicek from the outside.
Shot save.
That's an incredible save by Adams.
Second half has been rough on the Archers. They led 3-1 early. They also led 4-2. And Matt Rambo with the 5 points in quarter number 2, and the Whipsnakes led by 2 at halftime. In the second half has been a slow, steady pull away as they now lead by 5. They're on a 5-0 run. Schreiber, 1 goal today. Wanted to give it back there to Courier. Keeps it himself. Courier with the athletic move to get it back, but it was already out of bounds.
They're going to take the ball all the way back to where it went out. Camizio was a little frustration with the officials kind of getting it back there.
Locascio sprints it up. He talked about the fact that Janicek is patient, one of the many players just willing to work it around, and expect to see a lot of that from the Whipsnakes now. 5.5 left in the game and a 5-point lead. Locascio jumps through that one right to Adams. Good outlet. Archers could really use one here. The give, another give. Holman. Goal. Brent Ament with the assist. See if the Archers can turn this into something. Now 5:12 left. They've cut the lead to 4.
This is a little bit of popcorn for Drew Adams. Easy, clean save. The breakout by Mazzone. Hit the point guy. One more. And Barry. This is about as fundamental as it gets. Just a clean 4v3 fast break. They're a little late to slide over or rotate to Holman. You see Muller just kind of a hair late there. And Holman able to sneak it past Bernlohr. But credit Adams for that clean save. And Mazzone, again, his ability to give them a little bit of two-way play. That's really what they were missing last year, Paul. They're so strict in terms of their offensive versus defensive midfielders. He's able to kind of live in the gray there. And that's unique now for that team, and you can see what he's brought to the table. He's played tremendously this whole round-robin play. I'm really impressed by Mazzone.
This fourth quarter brought to you ad-free by Sun Chlorella. Health is wealth. Matt Rambo wears number 9, and the scoreboard says he has 9 points, 2 goals, and 7 assists. That's a PLL record for one game.
And he's done it in a variety of manners. Here you just see him kind of posting up. Here again, inside rolls. You see question mark. You see inside roll. Okay, I've scored my goals. Now I'm just going to get everybody else involved. Look at that skip pass.
You know what I see when I watch him? I mean, at first when I got to know him last year, it's that compact delivery on the shot. and also on the pass, but his vision and awareness, right? It's like he knows where he's going to go with it before he actually gets the ball, like a quarterback who sees the whole field. Love the way he uses that vision and awareness. Nardella had it for a moment. That was McKay. And before we went to the break, Archers cut the lead to 4. Potential turnover here by the Archers. Dunn fighting for it. Nardella as well. McKay. And back to Whipsnakes. Pesky defense there leads to another possession.
And this is where you got to start kind of doing the math here. So you're down 4, about a 4 and change with a 52-second shot clock. If I'm going to round up, if I can, just to make it cleaner to 60 seconds, you're only going to get 2 possessions. So which is they're going to run off here. So you got 3 minutes left. Maximum you can have is 3 possessions. So you got to start to kind of press out here, because I don't think you can count on face-off wins as being automatic. Is that a fair assumption as well?
Not automatic.
So you got to kind of pressure out here. If you just let them milk the clock, you're going to run out of time.
Pause to Sieverts. Shot that got away from him. 16 seconds left to shoot. Chanachuk was closest to it.
If you had Perkovic or Jones, that being the Archers, I might be saying something else. But you really only have kind of one. He is.
Boy, that does not help the man.
No.
John Haas with his second goal. Whipsnakes just flexing their offensive muscles here from the second quarter on. The lead is 5 again.
Channy goes behind the cage, little invert. You can see the help, and just there's no other rotation. So Alexander helps down, and whether it's Ratliff that's supposed to slide over or somebody from the inside, total breakdown there. And I think that'll do it.
See, up 5, 3:46 left.
That'll do it. I think Haas just
slammed it shut.
Yeah, I do.
Chris Bates probably running through the accelerated options for his offense to get it going, but that does not help. Joe Nardella dominant this last week. Yet another win. And we approach the 3.5-minute mark, and Matt Rambo and Whipsnakes in control here. Smelling that #1 seed that allows them to wait to play until Thursday. Remember, they had 5 days in between game 1 and 2, so they're kind of used to a big break in between games. They handled it very well, and they're close to guaranteeing a little rest. Up by 5, 3:10 left. This is Jeremy Sieverts. Shot clock at 10. Rambo. Feet inside. No way. John Haas. Once again, he has 3. Rambo's hit double-digit with the points. 2 goals and 8 assists. I mean, come on.
This is more about Haas than Rambo. Look at this handle. Look at this handle. Down below his waist, you'll see a better angle here. Below his waist, a guy draped all over him. You see Rapine, #9, come down right on his arms. So he's got the skill to catch it and then the strength to get his arms up through that stick check and then get a shot off past an all-world goal, Julian Adams.
Okay, that catch and release to the goal versus Amblers for the overtime win a couple nights ago. Who wins?
That Ambler catch, not trying to be hyperbolic here, was one of the best catches I've ever seen.
What 10 points for #9?
How about he ties the previous record for points with just assists?
Sometimes a chuckle is like, okay. Christian Mazzone runs in. 2:25 left. Mazzone, couple of goals here late. Deficit cut to 5 for Chris Bates and Archers.
I'll tell you the other thing that I didn't necessarily see coming is this score has raced past the over-under.
Oh, yeah.
Raced past it.
So it's game 14 as we check out Christian Mazzone there. Snuck it through a couple of defenders. Nice job. So previously in the 13 games, only two of them went the over.
And if I'm not mistaken, I can definitely think of one off the top of my head. It was by like 1 goal, right? It was like a like it barely got like this is.
It's the first time it's been blown by.
Yeah, this is the first time the overs are sitting back, kind of comfortable, hands behind their head, and then feet up on.
And the Whipsnakes were the second largest favorite to win, so.
I was going to say feet up on the desk, but I don't know why you'd be watching it from your desk. Probably from the couch or.
Maybe if you were sitting down to work initially, although on a Saturday, hopefully you're not.
Can I break some news to you, partner?
Yeah.
It's Sunday.
This is what happens when there's 9 games in a row. It's the weekend.
I know. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Going with that next time. Inside of 2 minutes now. Whipsnakes finish the job here. They won't be playing till Thursday, which is 4 days from Sunday, are they right?
I just know what today is. I'm not doing any math.
And why not? John Hall is having a second half. Penn State fans watching Grant Ament having a quiet afternoon, but their offensive coordinator for the lacrosse team coming through big time.
And Williams with a little jump pass down to Hawes. I'm a little surprised that the Whips just don't kind of run out the clock here. I'm a little surprised. That being said, like they're still north of 2 minutes left on the clock. Like what's the?
They're just playing.
What's the breaking point, right? Like what's lacrosse? We don't really have a good like kneel down yet. We do like.
John Haas, 4 goals on the day, 3 of them coming here in the second half. It's almost not fair what the Whipsnakes are doing this tournament at the faceoff goals.
All kidding aside, Joe Nardella, just the advantage he gives them, just from a sheer possession standpoint. Just from a sheer possession standpoint, you know, you're already playing from behind before the game even starts, right? You know,
and he's at 70% again today. He was near 90 in the last game.
So off day for him, right? Off day.
What's wrong with him?
So here you see the Archers now kind of come out and double team. Whips content to run out the clock. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Gilbrecht's going to throw a bunch of checks, and the Whips are like, we're just trying to run out the clock.
35 seconds left. And the defending champions, a lot of the faces back that you recognize with Rambo and Earhart, Bernlord, Nardella, but they added quite a bit of new. Brad Smith, 3 goals today. Zed Williams also with a big-time scoring output. Wind up and release there for Matt McMahon. So mostly veterans, but a nice injection of youth, especially offensively. And it's worked out quite well in group play. They are going to move to 4-0 and claim the #1 seed. Holman shot and pulled it wide. And this one was close for a little while, RB. But it turns into a Whipsnakes type win. 1 second left. And that's how group play ends. Whipsnakes win 17-11. They will be the top seed. Archers drop down to #3. Jim Stagnita's group with wins by 4, 9, 5, and 6 points. Yeah, little applause there for your team. And Matt Rambo, who comes in with 10 points this afternoon. All right, bracket all set for the elimination tournament next week. 3 games on Tuesday. What do we have? We have Redwoods, Water Dogs first. You said yesterday you kind of like that one.
I do like that one.
Chrome Chaos second. Both of those first 2 games on NBC Sports Gold exclusively. Then in the nightcap. Can you say nightcap in the triple header? How about the final game?
Sure.
Final of 3. Archers Atlas, and you can watch that one at 10:30 Eastern on NBCSN. And there are those Whipsnakes long exhale for them. They don't play again until Thursday. Matt Rambo, number 9 with 10 points with Todd Harris.
2 goals, 8 assists. You know, the guy used to play in this town named John Stockton was really good at assists as well. Coming into this game, did you know you're going to have to be more of a distributor?
Every game we just go in and just play whip snakes ball, hit singles. The guys are just coming from me. It's pretty easy when you throw it to Zed and he finishes everything, and John Halls and guys like that. So I'm just happy that they could finish for me, and we played really hard ball. Our defense obviously is the best in the league, and they held it down, and we're just very happy of our last 4 games.
What are you most happy about? Going undefeated or being the number 1 seed, and now you don't play till Thursday?
I mean, I guess they're both. But yeah, we're a lot of guys are tired. We just played 3 games in 4 days. It's super hot out here. So having a couple days rest, going back to the drawing board and just focus on us, and that's all we're doing is focus on us and trying to play the best whip snake ball.
Matt, congratulations.
Yeah.
What a day. What a day. 10 total points, 8 assists. And that's how it ends here for group play. Whip Snakes 4-0, pair of 3-1 teams behind them. Chrome and Archers, Chrome 2nd seed, and the Archers down to 3. I can't get over that plus 24, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, there's only 2 teams that have a plus scoring differential. And that's basically like, did you play the Whip Snakes? And did they take a blowtorch to your margin? Like, it's crazy.
2 different points in the first half. They trailed by 2. 1-point game for a while in the middle of this game, and then they just pulled away, and it was Rambo assisting, and I'm going to run through all the players with multiple goals here. So Rambo had 2, Hawes had 4, Williams had 4, Brad Smith had 3.
Keep going.
Lacasio had 2. Janachuk Carlson only had 1 apiece. I mean, let's sit those guys down and see what's going on.
And what's crazy is those 2 guys have had huge games previously.
Yes,
so
they have.
Their ability to just spread the wealth and can come at you from so many different angles.
And the defense that we talked about so often coming into the season that Jim Stagnita protected, because that was the group that really made them special last year. Grant Ament, 1 goal, 2 assists. That's nice, but it's not up to the standard he has set here. And Tom Schreiber, 1 goal. Jim Stagnita's defense stepping up, and the guy who was right, 70%. Joe Nardella has been, I don't know if he's the MVP of this team, but he should receive votes.
If it's not him, it's Rambo or Bernlor, and they're all on the same team.
Final game of group play. Whip Snakes pull away in the second half. 17-11, they win. They are your number 1 seed. Archers fall to 3. PLL Championship Series continues Tuesday with 2 games exclusively on NBC Sports Gold. That starts at 5:30 Eastern. You can watch the 10:30 Eastern game right here on NBCSN.